pull people watch.
I think
I
Dad
should
might watch that.
have popped it on. I should have put it on my Instagram.
Like on your handle?
Yeah, I should have.
You might be able to if you go down to settings.
Mine aren't linked though.
Oh,
I don't have my Facebook and Instagram linked right now.
well, dang it.
Is it still hot there or no?
Yeah. It was we say hot. It's 80 degrees.
Oh, I mean, it was, what was it? This morning it was 26 here. So
Yeah, see, like, yeah, it's different.
And the high was 56 today, I think.
Ice fishing weather right there.
I should be ice fishing still. I could go to Devil's Lake right now and go ice fish.
Yeah.
You guys are still having that much ice on the water to be able to do that?
I was going to go on this weekend maybe, but it's supposed to rain, so I don't know if I want to go. I was going to do a last hurrah on Devil's Lake and try to my limit of walleyes in the shallow water before it's done. You have to walk. You can't drive out there anymore.
Oh, really? How thick do you think the ice is?
I mean, it's probably still there. It's probably still 20 inches, probably.
Golly.
The top of it's going to be nasty, but once you get past probably the first 10 inches, it'll be pretty good again. It's the shoreline that gets nasty. You'll just fall in the shore because it'll just turn into mush.
Yeah. Wow.
We had a guy fall in when I was there that we heard about.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't understand.
You think it had to have been some guy spearfishing?
Yeah,
they
somebody spearfished and didn't mark it because, I mean, the lake he was on had 35 inches of ice, and he fell in with less than an inch of ice somewhere.
Yeah,
that's weird. And it's on a lake that doesn't, I mean, where he fell in is just not possible for him to just be on a hot spring or something. There's just no way.
How, I know I've talked to you about this, but to give people who rewatch this and watch this tonight a perspective of things, how thick for you to be comfortable? How thick does the ice have to be for you to walk on it?
I don't want.
I guess not comfortable.
I don't want to sound, but I don't know. I mean, me and some of my buddies have definitely walked on 2.5, 3 inches of ice.
You hear that?
I mean, I got videos and pictures where I'm fishing and the ice is probably this thick.
Golly.
Catching walleyes in the shallow water.
He told me one time they were walking out on ice and they could see it like sitting there waving, like bowing as they walked. I'm like, you're crazy.
Clay swears when I ran to a tip-up one time, he watched the ice do this as I was running. And I was like, I don't think it did that. I didn't feel it. He's like, I 100% did that.
Wow.
I turned around. He looked like a ghost. So I know it must have happened.
That's great. So, well, we've got a couple people listening. So today we're going to do a live, and we have one of our friends, Jamie. Jamie's been down here one or two times?
2 times. Yeah.
2 times. And comes down usually duck hunts, try to go kill some hogs, just kind of whatever. And then Gunner's been up there ice fishing once. Gunner and Jamie, you guys met. Kind of tell the background so someone listening is like, who's this guy talking?
Well, I met Jamie in South Dakota. We were goose bums, so goose interns. So we help farmers mitigate goose damage. So we'd put up fence or haze them or whatever. And naturally, when we met, we both like to do about everything that each other like to do. So like we're very like he fits right in because he loves to fish and hunt. And but every day he can be out there, he's out there. So from the beginning, it was we were friends from the rip. So yeah, Jimbo, he likes to do. So he ice fishes a bunch, is what we're going to get into here in a little bit. He likes to, I mean, he's a very good Dakota. I call him a Dakotan fisherman. He's, walleye guy. But yeah, we kind of met and then we started fishing in South Dakota together, and we've been trying to plan trips ever since. So, but yeah,
that's kind of the similarities in a lot of our friends, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
especially this friend group with what we do. But yeah, so you guys, what was it, like 2 years ago? 2 years ago?
It would have been 3 now.
3. That's what I thought.
Yeah, summer of 22, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, on internship, and then that was it that following winter. I'm trying to get my dates right. That you guys came up.
Yeah, he came up that fall and hunted early goose here.
Yeah.
We shot a few honkers early, and then I came down in December.
And it was like he came down, and 2 days after he left was when we started just smashing birds. It was like we had that one hunt you couldn't go on, Taylor, and then like immediately after that hunt we went on that one that with I think it was Bryce Engage and all them on that pond. Yeah, we went on that one like a couple days after they left too. It was the funniest thing. We killed like, I think we went on a stretch where we had like 3 or 4 hunts in a row where we were like 8+ man limits, just smashing them. And he was like, what the heck? I'm like, I know. I knew it was close. You just missed it. But
well, we were supposed to be there 2 days earlier, if you remember. But we had 8 feet of freaking snow here. Had a blizzard for 4 days, delayed us.
Yeah.
So I went ice fishing until I could leave. And then when we left, it was the interstates were closed. We just took back roads till we got into South Dakota, and then finally the interstate opened and we were gone.
Oh.
Jamie got to see my luck firsthand. Like the first walleye I ever caught was like a stud walleye. And I was sitting there fishing. He's like, all right. Because I hadn't done a whole lot of walleye fishing, especially from the bank. I've done a little bit of saw guy, but not anything like they do. But so he was like, all right, throw this thing right there, kind of reel it slow. You can bounce it, you can jerk, jig it through there, just kind of whatever, just kind of figure out what they want to hit on. And like within my first couple casts, I hooked up with this fish and I'm like, oh, I got a nice one on. He goes, oh yeah, okay, we'll see. And he hit the top of the water and Jamie's like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Wow.
Not fair. First South Dakota walleye, first walleye ever. Kid pops a 27.5. No. Not a true giant, but for your first walleye ever, that's not fair.
Yeah. He has it. He got that beginner's luck.
Oh, he does. He does for sure.
So, Jamie, go kind of talk about like what you went to college for. Well, let's go back. Let's go into detail, kind of like short story of your background, of how you kind of got started outdoors, and then go into like why you went to college and what degree you got and kind of what you're doing with it. So kind of people can get some background from you.
Sure. I guess growing up, I've been fishing since I was probably 2. I know my dad has pictures of me holding little bluegills and walleyes when I was in diapers still. And it just took off from there. Throughout like elementary school and stuff, I fished with my dad whenever he could take me. He worked a lot, so we didn't get to go a whole lot, but whenever he could take us, we went a lot. And after I got into middle school and I could ride my bike, I would ride my bike like a half hour down the highway to get to a small lake by our town. And I fished there every day. I just begged my mom for $3 when I was 10 to get worms at the gas station so I could go. And I'd ride my bike with my rods and my tackle box hanging over the handlebars. And, that was definitely the start for me. Fishing really kicked it all off for me. My dad taking me was like the greatest thing ever. And I guess hunting kind of came later. I really hadn't got into hunting. A lot of people that I grew up with, they all fished, and my town was definitely we're deer hunters in North Dakota, but it's all you go in a big group, you drive deer, and that's about it. So I didn't really get into it until I was able to shoot my first deer. And rifle hunting deer was fun. It was probably the most exciting thing I ever did, shooting my first 2 does. And then I guess going from there, I've just been going on and on. I've kind of strayed away from deer though. Kind of fishing and deer hunting definitely piqued my interest a lot and got me into wanting to like learn more about fisheries and wildlife stuff. So I decided I kind of wasn't really sure senior year of high school what I was going to do after high school. And then I found out that fisheries and wildlife was like a thing you could go into. It wasn't just being a game warden or being a park ranger. There's thousands of other jobs you could be. So I applied for, to go to college for that. And I got accepted at Valley City State University in North Dakota, and started there. And I guess kind of just that freshman year just opened my eyes to just like all the things that people do hunting and fishing wise. Cause like growing up in a small town by Devil's Lake, North Dakota, all you hear about is fishing, fishing, fishing. I mean, it's the heart and soul of up there. So I didn't really, think of anything else until college. And that's really where my eyes were just open to everything. I mean, I started duck hunting in 2019, and it's became my obsession. And I guess it's just expanded from there. I mean, every year I kind of add a little bit more, a couple more species that I want to try to target fishing and hunting wise, and going new places and meeting Gunner and some people in Ohio. My world has exploded.
Yeah, I feel like that's common. I mean, a lot of us, like I said, Gunner's gone out and met some people just from his internships and all that, and brought some people in like you guys. And I feel like that's kind of where we've all built our friendships. I mean, I've done it too. The Rust brothers, which I saw Tanner's watching. So shout out to them. But, it's crazy to see the outdoors. Actually, it's like you guys are like, building a family. So it's pretty cool, because we get to trade off. Like, you got to come down here. I haven't been able to get up there yet, but doing the ice stuff. Yeah, I'll be up there. Living on a poor man's dollar. I finally got a big boy's job the last couple of years. So doing a little better on that side. But it's pretty cool. We have, I don't know, probably 5-6 friends that we've done that with, met like that, and then all kind of trade out stuff. So it's a blast. Real quick, Zach Gajowski. Oh, I should have asked Jamie to try to say his last name. Said evening, fellas. Evening, Zach.
I still don't remember it. Every time you say it, when he pops up, I'm always like, don't ask me to say it because I forgot. So you haven't asked me yet. You're going to ask me next time. But you haven't asked me yet.
And then we can't get there's something going on at StreamYard and Instagram. I don't know why they're feuding, but we have some comments over there. Nishal, that's a guy I work with. He just followed us about a month ago. He said, "What's up?" Or he said, "Let's go." So what's up, Nishal? That's all for right now. So Jamie, Gunner told me you're really big into is it the ice fishing tournaments, walleye tournaments, or is that two separate things that I'm thinking of?
Well, I've done like summer walleye tournaments, but I'm definitely way more into the ice fishing tournaments across the state. They're it depends on where they're at, but most of them are like a multi-species tournament.
Yeah.
So they're not really specific to anything.
No. Go ahead.
I was just saying, just ice fishing wise, most of them are just pretty broad.
Yeah. I guess I didn't think that one through. But Gunner said when you guys are up there, he said there's a couple different layouts of them. And it's like one of them is pre-drilled holes. Some of them you can only drill holes till a certain point. Kind of go in the spill of that and kind of tell us, what you're looking for tournament day.
Sure. Well, I'll start with the hard one. That's Devil's Lake. Their yearly fire department ice fishing tournament. They drill like 5,000 holes in the morning of the tournament. And it's just basically a massive square in one of the bays up there. And they just drill roads of holes for people. And, you get to go out there at whatever time they allow everybody out there. You pick your hole and just pray that there's fish there. I mean, you can look at the depth map, but I mean, you just never know. Fish move and stuff. And I'm sure, a 10-inch perch watches 10,000 people's lines drop at one time. I'm sure they're pretty confused what's going on. In that area, I mean, it's a person every 4 feet. There's a new hole. So
wow,
that one's pretty crazy.
How many people are in it?
Oh, I think this year they sold 25,000 tickets, but
holy cow!
I think the most they've ever had fish is like 5,000. But most of the time, that tournament is on the coldest day of the year. I swear, every time. It'll be blowing 25, 30, and it'll already be 2 degrees. So it'll be in the negatives like reel feel wise almost every time.
Wow.
That's bad when you got to have a coffee can of coal burning in your hole to keep it from freezing, and you just sit there for 5 hours in the cold. You can't have electronics at that one. You can't have a fish house. You can't make a structure to block the wind. You're just old school fishing.
Just sit there and take it.
That's
Is that the one you guys?
That's kind of fishing right there. No electronics, no cheater boxes allowed.
I know it. Abby likes to give you heck about that. I'm just telling you, those cheater boxes are nice. when you're looking at a freaking 40-inch pike sitting there looking at your jig, you just sit there and get excited. You're like, oh, he's probably not going to bite it, but if he does, this will be like one of the greatest things ever. He'll be sitting there. You're like, come on.
Well, I guess that cheater boxes, as you guys call them, that brings me into the other tournaments. I probably do half a dozen, just like local winter tournaments where it's like multi-species. Most of those are either the whole lake on the smaller lakes, or else they'll just make a designated area of the lake. And I mean, you can pre-fish them. A lot of people don't. It's usually just whatever towns are close by. That's just kind of who's in them. Yeah. So the prizes aren't crazy or anything. But this year, Gunner did come up with Abby to one of the bigger ones that we like to go to, and that one we actually pre-fished for an entire day before that and used the live scope, found a lot of crappies for the tournament, found a few good spots, found some spots with a lot of carp, caught some carp through the ice. And then, found a crappie spot for Gunner and Abby to come try out ice fishing and try a tournament for once. And tournament day was not good. There were just too many people there. I mean, Gunner decided to get up early with me to go with to get in registration right away so we could get our spot and drill out our holes before the tournament started. And we were driving the four-wheeler over there, and here comes some guy in his big old side-by-side and fish house, and he tried to pull up on my spot, and we got it locked down before he could figure out that was the spot. He set up pretty close to us, so I think he knew where he was going to. But
so on those multi-species, is that like winner takes all of points? Like, kind of how do they set up on who wins, and do they have like side pots, or how's that work?
Sure. Usually ice fishing tournaments is just like first through fifth place or first through third place. And it's just like biggest fish. So like the one we were at, it was a walleye, crappie, perch, and pike tournament. Mm-hmm. So if you were top 5 weight in any of those categories, you got paid out for it. So
yeah. How big will like a first place or second place get and something like that?
Like prize wise?
Prize wise, yeah. Sorry.
I think first place there was like 500.
Okay.
So it wasn't crazy. It used to be more at that one, but I don't know. They changed some rules, I guess.
I'll take $500 catching
I know.
walleye. You kidding me? His dad got close a few times, we thought.
Man, that was dumb. He was sitting, 5 feet from us in a different fish house, and he caught 10-1 that we caught. Like every couple minutes, he's like, "Hey, I caught a fish." And we're like, "What's going on?" We're 5 feet away. We're watching hundreds of fish swim by on the live scope, but no, they didn't want nothing.
He'd be so nonchalant about it. He'd be like, "Jamie, I got another one." And Jamie's like, "What?" He's like, he goes, "You think this is worth it?" He says, So to preface what we're talking about, when he says you think this is worth it, they have a check-in station that you have to drive to check in.
Yeah, you have to weigh your fish alive.
Yeah, so he'd have to drive over there, and I don't know how far. It was far enough, and it was cold enough that
it was probably. I'd say it was half a mile from where we were. It was pretty far.
So you were asking yourself every time, like, is this worth me getting out of this ice hut? Because it was. Right. I mean, it was cold that day.
You and Abby caught crappies that we just didn't weigh. We put them back.
Yeah, we caught some fish, and did we even weigh a fish?
We didn't know.
Like, we just kind of caught fish, and we were like, it's not worth going over there.
If we had caught any of the pike that we saw on live scope, we would have won the tournament.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Talking pike that when you have the live scope zoomed in and you can see per foot and they're pushing over 4 feet long, you just know that they're definitely close to a winner fish for a tournament like that. The fish in that lake are crappie eaters. We've caught 40-inch pike there that you can feel. There's there's discs inside of them.
Yeah.
Not just one. There's probably 4 or 5 of them in there.
Yeah.
So
And they were pushing those crappie the whole day.
Yeah,
you'd see a horde of crappie come by.
Yeah, school of like 500-600 crappies would swim by, and all of a sudden they just start to leave. You're like, what's going on? Here just comes this submarine coming sideways. You're like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read a comment real quick. Zach came back and said, "I just got scammed out of a cheater box." What'd you do? Did the guy tell you to pay you on PayPal or what, Zach?
Oh no!
I'm interested to see what happened.
Oh, so usually, how big like of a crappie does it take to win some of those tournaments?
I would say £1.25 pounds for that tournament. You'd definitely be fine. I think the biggest the first place crappie that day was like 1.08. I think was the first place, which for that lake isn't crazy. That's the state record lake. So there's bigger ones in there. I mean, we caught some pre-fishing that would have won. And it was like, why can't we catch these tomorrow? Yeah. That's what it always is there.
Yeah.
I've done that probably 3 or 4 years in a row at that lake where we pre-fish it and we're like, yep, tomorrow's finally going to be good. And it's just never good. There's just so many people there.
They talk about it, and Jamie's like, well, just wait for all the equipment to turn on. They're going to feel all the radars and scanners.
The second you turn those live scopes on and a Vexlar and all the electronics people put down, like they definitely can feel it. Because I mean, there's just no way. I mean, when I could go to a spot one day and there's thousands of them there and they're willing to bite, and you go there the next day and there's 10 people around you but they won't bite. Yeah, that's definitely what it's from.
Yeah. So funny story about that. I just saw Zach's comment. I'll pop it up on that here in a second. But Tristan said, so he was running like 2 or 3 graphs off the front and 2 or 3 off the back. I don't remember how many exactly. But he said he dove off in the water during the summer just to see if he could hear it. And he said he heard it with his bear. Like when you went under water, he could hear it.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen a Vexlar? Like, do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
So like a Vexlar just has like a little cone on like a cord, and those you can hear it. It's very loud out of water. So I'm sure it's very loud in water. And those are low frequency and they don't scare fish. But a live scope's got, 1,000 more hertz than like a Vexlar transducer does. So they got to hear it. Like they got to be able to feel it.
Well, I didn't know this. Listen to this. There's companies making sound things that go on them that make like feeding fish sounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've never seen those before?
Oh come on, man!
Oh man, they've made
I just go out there, smell the water, and find the fish. I don't need no box.
You've never seen like they've made like bass feeding noise things for bass guys for like years. You set it on your trolling motor. It's like a feeding frenzy thing for bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have been using that for a lot of years.
Usually, I just put my finger in the water and snap a couple times and get it going.
Then you catch them with your thumb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach said, I tried to pay on PayPal, and he said he didn't have it. I had people vouch for him, and I made the mistake and went through Zelle. An expensive lesson learned.
Oh, no.
He had, like, burner accounts,
Never pay somebody on PayPal.
Or Zelle. Zelle you can do.
Zelle might be worse.
Yeah. At least PayPal, if you do it through, goods or whatever, you can at least get some insurance on it, unless you send it as, like, a gift.
Every time I sell something on Facebook, if somebody's like PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, I'm like, see ya.
Yeah.
See ya. Not happening.
And then William Bodie said, "Good evening, gentlemen and Taylor." Sometimes I hold my comments to myself, and that was a moment. And then he said laughing faces. He knows. He knows who'd win in a thumb war 9 times out of 10.
They know who's important.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But so what on the water, what's your ice fishing? What's like your biggest crappie you've ever caught? I don't know if I asked that.
I'd have to, you know what? I'll be able to tell you right now. Give me 1 second. I think I have
it. Talking like a 2-pounder? Talking
close.
3?
Close to 2 pounds, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, let's see. I know I have it somewhere.
I'll show him. Like we went to Shields one day when we were there, and they have like those replica mounts or those of like 20-30 pound walleye. And
Dude, those are fake. I swear.
I'll be like, Jamie, how come you haven't caught any of those yet? He's like, shut up. So that thing's not real.
Some of those fish are just crazy. There's just no way that's the record. My biggest crappie is 15 inches and is 1.6 pounds, so just over 1.5.
Dang, I thought you caught bigger ones, but
I've caught so many now in the boat that I didn't weigh that I should weigh.
Yeah.
Like I before I had my new boat, I caught some that were big.
Giants.
And I've caught some ice fishing where I didn't have like a scale or even like a measuring tool.
Yeah.
And you put it on your hand, you're like, man, that's crappie right there. Like, but yeah, that's probably about right. 15 and 1.5 pounds.
Wow. It's a big fish.
I've seen it once.
Yeah, a bunch of our waters get down here, get just absolutely taken over by the white crappie. You can't, if you're catching, I don't know, if they're a little bit bigger in your hand, you're doing good. But like everything else is this, 3 or 4 inch, just tiny. But yeah, it's unreal. Like one lake we go to every year, you pull up to a spot, it's like, all right, we got to catch the first 100 tiny guys. And hope we get where they're like, I'm not eating to catch some big ones. And finally, when you do, then it's game on for a little bit. So,
sure.
But yeah, I don't know. So, go ahead.
Last spring, I got on them real good. Where they were all 12 inches or bigger, and they're fat.
Yeah,
they were pre-spawn. They were ready to bite.
Yeah, our pre-spawn's should start lighting up in the next week to probably 2 weeks. I would think
that's crazy.
It's
going to be over a month before I go crappie fishing.
Wow.
Over a month.
My brother-in-law is catching them on the bank right now, but they're all little. So the big one should move in, I think. So we'll see. That's what gets me going crappie and catfish. Bass fishing is, I like to go. It's fun doing the jackpots and stuff. But
you got to come up here and go smallmouth fishing.
Yeah. I actually live by one of the lakes in Oklahoma that house them. But I caught one, but I don't really count it. I was crappie fishing with a minnow. I caught it on a minnow in a brush pile. So I don't want to say that's my first because I just don't. But I did catch one here. But no, I want to catch a stud.
Oh, we could go. I'd say 90% of the crappie or the smallies I've caught were all on top water too. So
that'd be sweet.
Gunnar can vouch. He's seen it.
So this is my brother-in-law, Dylan.
He caught 20 today.
20 little guys. He was sending me Snapchats all day, and then he probably caught another 20, 30 yesterday in the same area.
Hey, Dylan, if you were a good friend, you'd send me the pin.
You know where it is.
What a guy.
I know where it is. I think he used our pin, Gunner, to go catch him.
I was going to say, I bet I could pull it up right now, and I live 1,000 miles away. Like, if I know where it is, you should sure know where it is.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Jamie wants to come duck hunting again, but I told him he needs to come
catfish.
Just come fish here. Like
I want to catch a striper. That's what I want to do.
We can try that.
But
we can. Okay,
I don't care where it doesn't have to be in Oklahoma.
If they're running behind a dam, we can do it.
Yeah.
But if we're in a boat, it'd probably be a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. He might need to
bring the live scope.
He does. He said he would bring it. He just
I'll bring it. I don't care.
Do you have a portable unit?
Yeah.
Man, you should come down with that thing.
I have one for ice fishing.
He's going to at some point.
I have it so I can pop it on the boat or take it off the boat. So
Dylan came back and said it's next to a sidewalk.
Hey, you calm down now. I'll drop a pin right now.
No, you won't. I can keep you off right about. But
kicked out so fast.
That's funny. Do you know much about have you seen anyone use the Hummingbird like Megalive or the Megalive 2 at all?
I've seen footage of the Megalive 2 and that thing's crazy.
So my unit can support it, and I thought about just going ahead and my main unit at my center console can support it. So I thought about going ahead and buying one Because if I went live scope route, you're talking a lot more money because you got to buy the whole setup.
Versus, just buy the ice fishing setup.
Well, if I bought if I made a mobile unit, I already have a 12-inch screen, so I could just buy all the stuff I don't need because I have the most expensive part, and then make it portable and just take it off my console and run it up front, which can be a pain, but man,
it's not too bad. I can help you. It's not hard. It's easy.
Do not want to spend the money on another unit. Those things are expensive.
The Mega Live transducer is crazy expensive.
Yeah, so I was looking. I don't think you have to have a box for them, like, because this stuff is all new to me. I've never ran electronics. I'm 2 years in.
I'm pretty new to it too, trust me.
But it doesn't look like you have the black box like LiveScope has. So I don't.
Yeah, Humminbird doesn't need a black box. It's built into the unit.
That's what I thought. So
that's why the transducer is bigger too. Like some of it's integrated into the head, and then some of it's integrated into the transducer.
I have to do that. I've seen some video of the ones. Some people say they don't really like them, comparing them to LiveScope. But I mean, if it just let me know the fish is there and I kind of watch them, that's all I need.
I would say Humminbird Mega Live isn't better, but I'd say Mega Live 2 is very compatible to like a 34 LiveScope.
Yeah.
Like I have a cheaper LiveScope, and I mean, you can ask Gunner. It's still, I mean, it's still crazy.
Yeah. if you just get like, it's insane. Yeah, we sat there and he'd turn it to where we could see our jigs and stuff.
Yeah, and that was fun. It was fun. Definitely with 7 people out of a fish house, and I can see every single person's jig.
It's not easy, really, either. You think it's easy, but you can see when fish are there. But even if you can see them, you sit there and you like tailor-made. You start tailor-making like your jigs and like how you're moving. It's still like we were just sitting there and fish would just be like kissing it and like just wouldn't bite it. You know what I mean? It actually makes things more frustrating.
It's way more frustrating, 100%.
So,
yeah, I mean, you hear those people talking about on like bass and all that on those big, like Bassmaster Classic and all that, and they're like, what lost me was I sat there on 2 big fish all day and couldn't get them to bite. You know, they're like, oh, I got to learn. You know, tomorrow I'm going to move. I'm not going to stay on those 2 fish all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done it. Trust me. I've sat on a pot of walleyes before and just cast it over and over and over and over. It's like sooner or later you just got to leave.
Yeah,
because they don't want to bite.
Yeah, that's. I just want to see when I pull up. I want to see how many big like crappie are there. You know, if I'm not seeing size, keep going because I would save a lot of time during the day.
That's what I did last spring when I got into the bigger ones. We were drop shotting them next to a weed bed, and we could see where they were coming in and out of the weeds, and we just sat 25 yards away from it and just kept dropping it right on top of them. Like we kept our 20, and then we kept like I think it was like 5 or 6 bluegills over 10 inches. It was a great day. It was so good. My live well was stacked with crappies, and it was like to the point where we were throwing back 11-inch, 12-inch crappies because it's like we'll catch a bigger one. Like no need to keep a smaller one when we can, we could catch giant ones. Then we throw them back. We were kind of like playing in between them. We caught so many that day. It was great.
Yeah, they're just not catching them down here. So I went out Saturday for catfish and got my teeth kicked in, but there was 3 guides out there. One was crappie fishing. The other 2 were catfishing is what it appeared. And the catfishers were moving around. The crappie guys moving here and there, but not like, I mean, everyone out there catfishing could not find them. So that wasn't just me, but I looked back at that guide actually today and I was like, man, I should just went and tied up to him. He was catching giants, just fat, man. So
that's what I gotta start catfishing down there. I should come do that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun in the fall and like winter bite because they sorry, I just pushed my screen, but they get grouped up, schooled up real heavy in deep holes, and you're just dropping it on top of them. And then you're getting right now. It's still good right now. They're getting a little more active, and start pushing the shallows. And then if we get rain, when you start start fishing the 3 to 4 foot water, even 2 foot water after a rain, when they're trying to get all the worms, that gets fun. And then when they start getting in holes to breed, it goes downhill. because they're just all spread out making babies. So, but no, it's fun. You should come down and noodle too.
I'm good.
Oh, come on.
I'm good. I'd do it, but I don't know.
Clay acts like he wants to do it.
I don't think he's crazy. I don't think he could do it. I really don't. He talks a big game, but he's a chicken. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Big old flathead grabs him on the arm. He's having a heart attack. He's done. He's done. Guaranteed.
I hate to break it to him. He's probably going to run into like a 10-pound blue, and then he'll never want to do it again.
Yeah.
Actually, you know how you get him not to go is right when he's about to go down, just go. There might be a snapping turtle in there. He's never going in the water again. Never again.
Well, we're starting to, which they're not where we're going to be noodling, but we've got gators now in the state.
Really?
Way east.
We got gators on one end and elk and bighorn sheep on the other end.
Yeah, we've got gators. They're going to probably move west, but not super fast. But there we have them in like Texoma. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, we got gators.
Following the gar.
Yeah,
we've got gar.
I know.
We've got a lot of gar.
Yeah, a bunch of gar.
We got a lot of long nose gar.
No, I want to catch an alligator gar.
That's hard.
Yeah, we have some, but
you can go to Texoma and try it. But man, I've watched people try it.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you got to go farther south to get them.
Well, I've watched people do it, try to do it, and they're finicky. They're finicky. But it can be done. I mean, heck, you want to try it? I don't give a crap.
I would try. I would go just to see one. Like, I don't even care if I catch it. I just want to see it and touch it.
I like to shoot one with my bow.
That would actually be sick.
We can bow fish too. That's
that would
the thing.
Be a fight and a half.
You come down. I don't know when the best time to tell them to come down in the summer is, because when I tell them to come down in June, it's going to be noodling, but catfishing's not going to be good. But noodling's going to be good. Hybrid's going to be good. You know what I mean? There's just different times of the year. Fishing's different types of fish are on fire. But
that's why you guys just need to come here. We can go fish for anything all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
William Boda came back and said, "I'm ready for noodling season." And then he said, for alligator gar, go to the Trinity River in Texas. Pretty sure the Trinity River in Texas is known for big flatheads too, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna look that up.
I guess we're going to Trinity River.
We're going to Texas? All right, sounds good. We're getting some barbecue on the way.
Yeah. And then Tyler got to what's fellas.
Oh man, there's pigs at the Bear now, Taylor.
Really?
On the north side, yeah. Randy sent me a video of them. They were out in the middle just milling around.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell Cade. He'll come.
Come on, because I need to kill him. Randy wants me to kill him. And yeah, so we need to kill him.
It sucks with Cade. We got to work around school now, so.
Oh yeah, he's a gym teacher.
School teacher.
Yeah. You look at him and you ask him what he does. He's like, "Oh, I'm a gym teacher." And then you're around him a little bit and you're like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
You're like, "Yep."
That makes sense. You're a gym teacher.
He was going to be fisheries and wildlife, went for half a semester. Now he's a gym teacher.
Wow.
Playing dodgeball.
Yeah, making little kids play dodgeball every day is a sin. He loves it.
Oh, I'm sure he does love it. He's a goof, man.
He is a goof. That is very true.
So Tyler said, "Let's go hunt him." He runs the hog dogs here in Oklahoma.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And then William said, "We've been killing pigs all over the Black Bear recently." And then he followed it up with between Perry and Morrison.
Yeah.
So they're seeing them around places in Bartlesville. They've never seen them. So some people I work with are like losing their mind over it. And I was like, "Huh, that's crazy." Like, I never thought people, it's like it's Oklahoma. I figured people have been seeing them already. And I left work one day and I saw, man, I don't know. I had to kind of take a double take. And there was probably 30 of them right by the highway, just laying up on the pond. I was like, and lo and behold, a guy at work the next day came in and was like, oh my gosh, my friend just sent me a picture of the biggest group you'll ever see, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw them. Yeah, it was crazy to see them all. Tyler said, I got thermals too. If you want to do that, I got a thermal. And then William said, I've got some good videos for my thermal. I'll send you, Taylor. Send them. So besides fishing, you also do a little bit of hunting. Like I think you said you've kind of cut back, or deer hunting.
I do a lot of everything now.
Did you say? Is it mule deer and whitetail? Right.
I can shoot either one, but I like mule deer more now.
Mule deer.
Yeah.
Is that what you're targeting more when you go bow hunting, or?
Last year, I definitely did a lot more whitetail hunting just because where I live, because I'm so much farther now. But usually I go mule deer hunting. Yeah, a lot more.
That's right.
You shot one this last year, didn't you?
2 years ago. Yep.
2 years ago.
Yeah, I shot that with my rifle. Yep.
Yeah, we posted that picture.
I should not have gotten that tag anyway. I had I think it was 0.003% chance with how many preference points I had. I don't know how I got that rifle tag. It's supposed to take 7 years to get it, and I got it in 2.
Wow.
So, yeah, I was blessed to shoot that one.
Yeah.
I could have shot probably 30 that weekend, but
like everyone around me is like that. Yeah, it's supposed to take 20 years. It took 2, and I'm like, it's supposed to take 20 years, and I'm year 60. Like,
yeah, Kyle. That's how Clay is right now. He has 6 points he'll have this year for that same zone, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have got it. I'm sorry.
That's Kyle. He's Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle likes how Kyle draws all sorts of stuff down here that he shouldn't. So
I'm not lucky. So I mean,
well, he drew an elk, which is like if you draw an elk,
that's a once in a lifetime deal.
Yeah,
here.
That's what ours is too, though. Ours is once in a lifetime.
Was it your wife or who'd you know that drew the one up there?
So it's my best friend's wife. She drew a cow tag, and that's because she wanted to get her cow. Like her chances was 96% last year to get a cow. So it's like me and him were both like, why did you do that? You're 28. Like you had 50 years to shoot an elk. Like you couldn't wait. And she's like, no, I wanted to shoot one before I'm too old. And I'm like, okay, I guess we'll go shoot one.
So do you stick around, the North and South Dakota areas, or do you ever travel any to hunt any, put in anywhere other than waterfowl, of course?
Sure. I have never hunted anything outside of North Dakota other than in Oklahoma.
Oh, really? You haven't even gone to South Dakota?
No.
I thought you had. Wow.
Just haven't had the time. It's just too good here. Like if I went to South Dakota, it'd probably be for pheasants.
Yeah.
Or another mule deer tag, because I would apply for that one. But I don't know if I'd duck hunt in South Dakota, just because I could go here for cheaper and it's arguably better.
Yeah.
Depending on who you ask or where you are, it's better here. So I just don't. I want to go to the mountains. It's drawing to me really bad.
Yeah.
It's an itch that I can't get rid of. The Badlands are kind of, they definitely get it done for me, but I don't know. There's just something about being even farther in there would just make me so much happier.
Yeah. I'm itching. I thought about this year trying to burn my points just to draw something in Colorado, but I think I'm going to hold on.
OTC there. It's okay.
Yeah, that's definitely an option, but
it's we'll get rid of that.
It's only late season.
We're getting rid of over the counter.
No, they got rid of bow over the counter. Right?
I know. I wouldn't be surprised if they get rid of all of it. That's what I'm saying.
I hope not. I think Colorado's one of 5 states that still does it. So,
they'll get rid of it before too long.
Yeah,
they're trying to.
They upped their tags $260 this year or whatever. They were 600 something. Now they're 900. Yeah, just for an over the counter. That's what the draw. That's what the draw price is. I think over the counter right now it's $870 for a bull elk.
I thought it was $775.
No, it used to be $675.
It's all right.
Montana's still probably the cheapest. You can get an elk and a mule deer tag together for $12.
Yeah, it's the cheapest, but it's more for us to get there.
And it's a lot harder to kill on there.
Yeah,
I would say. You go to Utah, you get one like every 2 years in Utah.
Yeah, for $1,300 now.
I think just an elk tag there's like $780.
It's $13 now. They proposed
They
to
up there
double it. Yeah,
Jesus,
$1,300 to go to Utah.
I don't want to kill an elk.
Man,
I hate elk.
I know, me too. I want to kill one so bad.
I should have killed one 2 years ago.
Look at just like mule deer tags in Colorado. That's like the best place to get a high country mule deer. And it's
well, dwindling though.
Right, like
that's
why I told Gunner he needs to just start getting points for the Dakotas to shoot a muley.
Yeah, I've been getting points for South Dakota.
There you
North
go.
Dakota, I'm never drawing North Dakota.
You're not gonna draw a rifle tag, but you could put in for bow.
Yeah, the rifle. Yeah, North Dakota.
Those are the counter though, isn't it, for bow?
Bow is not for non-resident. You have to apply
for North and South.
South Dakota, I don't know, but North Dakota.
I think South Dakota, you can just
you have to
get over the counter.
It's basically an over the counter, but you still have to apply. But you're gonna get it.
Like for here, you can apply for a whitetail tag and you'll get it every year. But if you want a mule deer bow tag, it'll take you probably 2 years, 2-3 years. But you can do group and have a better chance.
Yeah, we have that kind of platform here.
Mm-hmm. Man, if you want to shoot a Badlands mule deer, I can help.
Oh, I do. I want to shoot a big mule deer, which I know, like, I'm not saying this like just because it's easy to go, but like a big, like 180 plus mule deer is like my dream.
Oh yeah, I've seen quite a few of them, but it's always during bow season.
Yeah, it always is.
2 miles away.
I mean, a freaking 160, 170 inch Kansas buck was my dream, but I came out with 130 inch deer.
Yep,
I understand how it goes, but man.
Yeah, when I had my mule deer tag for rifle, I had seen one that was like over 180, probably pushing 190, but I only saw him. Like I'd seen him during bow season on private, and then I'd seen him the day before opener. I saw him for rifle, but I saw him for like 2 minutes, and then I never saw him again. And then like every buck we saw was between like 130 and 150, and I was like, whichever one gives me a good shot, I'll probably take. And that's why I took that one.
Absolutely. Tyler Yeltsin came back and said, what's the pheasant numbers look like in North Dakota?
Ooh, Eastern North Dakota is pretty bad. I'd say once you hit the center of the state and then the farther west you go, just the better it gets. Every mile you go farther west, the better it gets. I was just out west last weekend, and just on the interstate, I mean, I saw thousands of pheasants. After I got past the center of the state, I probably almost hit like 20 in 2 hours of driving. So I know where I'm going next fall, and it's farther west.
Do you ever pheasant hunt?
Yeah, we pheasant hunt quite a bit. I mean, I don't get out as much. I mean, I have a pheasant dog. He's really good, but just where we live right now, I mean, it's a 3-hour drive to go actually pheasant hunt.
It's worth it, man. I love pheasant hunting.
It is worth it. They are the best. They taste so good.
Yes.
And the ones here are just corn-fed, big fatties, and they're so good. But, man, a 3-hour drive to stay in a hotel just to shoot 3 birds is tough.
I do it in Oklahoma. We travel right under 4 hours to kill 3 birds. But, man, if I could do that every weekend during pheasant season, I probably would. I freaking love the pheasant hunting.
This next fall, I'm going to go a lot because one of our buddies is going to move to the capital, so Bismarck, North Dakota. So he'll be in the center of the state, and I'll stay with him to go. I'll go for 3, 4, 5 days. I don't care.
I was trying to remember. Do you remember if I went to South or North Dakota? I'm so bad at this.
I think you guys have been to South Dakota for pheasants.
That's what I think. I was going to click it up right here. But, man, South Dakota. We absolutely destroyed them when we went the 2 days.
Their pheasant numbers are way better, though.
It was insane. The guy we went with, I mean, he's literally sold farm equipment all over the U.S., and that's what he's done to make a lot of money. And he's bought a guide company out, and all he does is invites his friends up almost every weekend. And they have so many spots, they don't hit the same spot twice. And there'll be 16 to 20-something people and go out there and limit out. They don't go back until they limit out. Most time they come back within 2 hours. So, mean, he has a whole barn that's a cleaning station. You go in there, and I mean, it's all just a setup. You just go to your area. You're either, ripping out breasts, you're cutting the wings. I mean, cleaning out the breasts. I mean, everyone has a job, and then you go inside and he has dinners. I mean, it's a blast. It was crazy how I always dreamed of it, but when I got there, it was better than my dream. So
yeah, pheasant numbers in South Dakota are definitely way better.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much better the public land is there, like for pheasants, but I mean, numbers wise, they got 10-1 on North Dakota. I mean,
legally, you can shoot them out the ditches there too, right?
You can here too.
Yeah.
North Dakota is the Wild West. Let me just tell you, if some guy doesn't have a sign up that says no hunting, you can hunt that. So
yeah,
if it's not electronically posted either.
Wow.
I guess Taylor probably didn't even know that.
Yeah, I knew some for waterfowl. Is that for everything?
Yeah, so all public or all private land in North Dakota is public unless posted. So like anybody that doesn't have a no trespass posted sign, no hunting, it's open to the public.
Yeah. Wow. So like we were pulling up early goose season, and he's like, "Nah, there's no sign here. Let's go hunt." And I'm like,
"Yeah, what?" most of the stuff you can hunt without calling. Usually, I still call just because I mean it's nice to let them know you're out there because sometimes they'll have half the field combine and then the other half isn't done, but there's no equipment out there, so you're like, oh, maybe it's the neighbor's half. Like, you don't know, so you just call anyway. But yeah, most of the stuff. I mean, if it's late season and everything's combine, usually I would say 90% of the time, most people don't call them. Like if it's not posted, it's fair game.
Wow, you guys get covered in waterfowl too, right?
Oh man, Gunner just got a little taste of it.
Yeah, we were trying to hunt. We were trying to hunt geese, and we were having like 300 ducks land at a time.
Oh man, yeah.
And the early season goose there is fun. It's just like Jamie was telling me before, they're so unpredictable. Like you can find them
so bad.
You can find them on a little cut wheat field, and they'll just be there for 2 days. And you're like, oh, this is gonna be, these are big fatties. This is gonna be a good 4 of us. This is gonna be a really good hunt. Couple hundred big fat geese on it, and you'll just see them fly a mile away to a different field. You're like, why?
Yep. Too. You know what you're talking about, Gunner?
Yeah, I know.
Every goose hunt for the last 2 years we've been on.
That's because of the cacklers, though. That's how it is here late season too, though. I mean,
cacklers suck.
Yep, they do. When you see that whole group coming, you're like, oh, these geese are gonna do it nasty, and then you hear that whistle, you're like, yep, they're going the other way. They're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you have the best spread out. They have a mind of their own.
You either got to have 10,000 decoys out or they got to be real dumb.
I think I'm real dumb when it comes to that. So
we've gotten better with our geese.
Yeah, we went less and targeted ducks more like we started. We got better. You're right.
No, the last year we had a really good, the last year we hunted geese a couple times. We actually had decent hunts. We really did. And we've had good goose hunts. Taylor's being a little negative. We've had a couple pretty good goose hunts.
We've had several good ones,
but we've had a lot of bad ones. More bad ones.
I just think that's how goose hunting goes.
I think they're getting smarter. I mean,
they just kick
everyone's throwing everything they're seeing. So
I have my professors in college duck hunted a lot, and they swear by just throw out 8 decoys all season. Just that's all they run. And they'll shoot their limit almost every time.
That's what I'm
thinking. But you do it out and you throw it out there and you're like, this looks dumb. This goes against everything you see online.
I know. I told Gunner we need to get 3 or 4 of them mounted and just use those all year. That way, if it sucks, we don't have to pick up 3 or 4. But if it's good, then we're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jamie, you just have silos still, correct? You don't run any full bodies?
No, I never run full bodies.
Smart man.
Hey,
I'll tell you right now, full bodies will definitely kill more geese, but there's so much more work, and silos are lighter. You can put more out. I mean, they're cheaper. I mean, there's so many pros to a silo. It outweighs the cons 10-1.
Yeah.
I'm never buying a full body again. I'm just not doing it.
I don't know. I like full bodies, but man,
they look great and they work great, but a silhouette is just so good. Like, I'll tell you right now, full body ducks are a scam. Silhouette ducks are pushing it on scam. Like, I've killed more ducks over silos than I think most people kill over full bodies. Like,
because if a duck wants to be there, they're going to be there. No. They're not going to play the old, all right, let's be there for a week straight. The day these people show up, we're going to leave. The next day, we're all going to be there.
I mean, opener 2 years ago, we had a field that was, I mean, there was probably 5,000 ducks in it. On opener, that's crazy for North Dakota. Like, we usually don't get that many, but this field had it. And I knew there was a few people looking at that field, so we got there early. There wasn't a goose in that field, and we put out 15 dozen Canada goose decoys, silos, and we killed a 5-man limit. And there wasn't a duck decoy out there. So, I mean, they don't care. I mean, the geese make them feel so safe that they just don't care.
Jamie, so Jamie says early. How early did you get out there? Tell the people how early Jamie likes to get out to a field.
It depends. Like that field where I knew there was guides that were in the area that were kind of looking at it. So I think that day we were there at like 2:45 or 3 a.m. setting up decoys. Most of the time we're not there that early, but when you got to brush in 2 A-frames, put out 15 dozen silos, brush in.
We have all that. We have all that. We'll run out there 3 hours for a shooting line and get it all up. I guarantee you.
Yeah, but the way you brush a blind and the way I brush a blind is a little different.
No, you haven't seen how I do it.
I've seen how you do it. Trust me. I saw those geese flare. I know.
I didn't brush. I'm the decoy guy.
I was putting decoy.
If I brush, you'd be like, dude, where are we sitting? And I'm like, exactly. I just dug them all in the hole.
I brush a lot, but what happens is it seems like every time we're running late, we only have one brusher and it's me, and I'm just hauling ass. Yeah. And so
that's definitely the key. You gotta make sure you're good.
And it's a lot easier when you have a good base to begin with, because then you can just really fluff that sucker up.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, and I know farmers, close your ears. I love it when there's cedars in a field, because dude, cedar trees,
start chopping them down,
put them on that. Oh man, cedar trees make you disappear. Farmers, close your ears.
We can run the fence line with the A-frame and it's gone.
Yeah, if we can run a fence line, Taylor and I are firm believers in fence line, waterway. Stick that sucker in there.
Oh yeah,
and we'll very rarely do layouts. Very rarely.
No, I'm getting old. Fragile. It's easier to stand up than it is to do a freaking setup every time.
Layout blinds are deadly, but I hardly ever take mine out anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time we did it. Last time Gunnar told me we were going to use layouts, I was like, dude, I might stay home.
I remember when we were there, you called him. You're like, we're using the A-frame, right? He's like, well, we're thinking. You're like, if we're not using the A-frame, I'm not coming. I'm not getting up at 4 to go sit in the layout blind. I'm not doing it.
Well, stupid where we were going to use them. So
Gage loves layouts. He's usually the devil.
They kill more birds, I would say, but they're way more work and they're kind of a pain. Yeah. And they're not comfortable. They're just not.
So Zach came up with a question and kind of changed topics since turkey season about to start. So he said, for a beginner of turkey hunting, do you just mostly try to drive around and see them in fields? Not really, Zach. Me and Gunnar. And then he said, and followed it up with, then maybe ask for permission to hunt. Well, yeah, absolutely. If you go see them, I mean, the worst thing they're going to say is no. But Gunnar and I kind of know our spots like the back of our hands, so we know where they're going to be, and we don't really have to go out and look. Like, yeah, we might drive by and see if they're there, or even our trail cameras might tell us. But I know they're not going to be at my spot, so I just like, hey, Gunnar, if you get birds, I'm going to go video you, you know. So, but yeah, no, that's a good idea. Our birds around us the numbers are thin. They're heavy in areas, and luckily we have a couple of those areas. And so we just kind of stay with those. But back when I was in high school and early into college, when I really got into turkey hunting, they're everywhere. And that's I either drove or kind of went around. And if it looked like a turkey area, I even asked for permission. I mean, the more ground you get, even if there's not birds on it, I mean, there's still a chance birds push through. But yeah, definitely drive around. Stop at 4-ways. You can call or right it before dark. Go out and listen. Make some owl hoots. That's what I've always done. I don't know if you two want to throw in some stuff on that.
That's
I've never
pretty
shot
much.
a turkey in my life, so
Really?
No, he's going this year.
The first year I'm going for.
Aren't you guys covered in them up there?
No. Well, okay, where I'm at, no. Where like center of the state, yes, and that's where I have a tag for.
Okay.
So
South Dakota's covered in them.
South Dakota.
Is that what I'm thinking about? Is that where?
Yeah, that's where John kills like 10 birds a year because he gets like native tags.
I see them, so and I see them on the interstate. Like I'll see 20, 30 every time I drive on the interstate. So
yeah, I mean,
there's loading.
Yeah, what Taylor said was correct. That's kind of what we do. We'll stop and call at our places. Maybe we can get one to ring up. No, that's risky because there's been a few times Taylor and I have done that, and they've been 10 foot from the road.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've always, we've done that knowing like we'll take that risk because a lot of times we can make it happen if we just can get them light up. But yeah, owl hoot at night. Taylor pretty much covered it. Just kind of check your spots and try to get one to sound off or see one.
Yeah, if you're looking for them, drive along, like creek bottoms, river bottoms, long fingers of wood along crop fields down here, pretty good. But man, I don't know. The area you're at, Zach, I don't know how the numbers are because I've never been out that way. If they're like us, if you see some, you better cash in on them if you can. And then Zach also came back and said, are y'all shed hunting at all? So we kind of turkey hunt, mushroom hunt, and shed hunt all at once. So it's kind of you're always looking for something. So, but yeah, I haven't gone out. Normally I have, but since I moved, I haven't really been able to make it back. And I've got a lot, we've got a lot of, I guess, how would I word it? I've got a lot of adult things happening in my life right now. So I've never, it wasn't like I get off college and at 2:00 and I have the rest of the day. So now when I get off, I want to get home and chill out. And yeah, I'm married now. So I don't, and my spots are like an hour away. So it's like, if I get off at work and then during the weekends, I'm like, do I want to go walk and look for a shed or do I want to go fishing? And I'm like,
yeah. Now you know how my life's been for the last 2 years.
Yeah. I'm jumping on the boat. That or everyone's getting married or baby showers around us now. So
right. Everybody's growing up. It's weird.
I know. Everyone needs to stop.
Felt like a kid forever. Now it's like, man, I'm an adult now. It's terrible. Why did we want to grow up? Jeez.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to college, be poor again. So
I could get my bachelor or my master's degree in something else. Just go back.
So Zach just came back and said, "Congrats on getting married." Thanks, Zach. It's been a great life. I think Jamie got married less than a year, 2 years.
Yep. August last year.
Yeah, and then Gunner's big day is coming up next year.
Shoo.
So yeah, look at us all. Gonna run. Just kidding. No.
Yeah.
Married life's not too bad.
Nah. I've been the same one for 10 years, so it's
exactly. Yeah. You've been married.
I can wear this thing. It's just a fidget toy.
I agree with that. You got a silicone one?
Yeah, I have a real one, but
yeah, the silicone ones you play with them more than I swear you wear it.
Yeah. Today in a meeting, my boss is like, "Having fun over there?" I was like, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry." I was rolling it down the table.
Oh,
catching it this arm, rolling it down, catching it this arm. So he wasn't talking to me about stuff. He was talking to the other side of the room, and I guess I didn't catch him stop. So
very productive meeting.
Yeah. That's funny. I'll be looking around on the ground. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Looking for my ring." So a guy on Instagram, Abe Bosterman. Sorry if I butchered your last name. So our Abe, our StreamYard doesn't let us pull up comments off Instagram, so I kind of have a split screen going so I can catch the comments on Instagram because we missed quite a bit. But Abe said, "What is your biggest whitetail?" So Jamie, you start, and then we'll go Gunner, and then I'll end it.
I have shot one buck with my rifle, and the year I got a rifle tag for a buck was a year that we saw no deer. It was a bad winter. We had snow in like end of September. It was really bad here, so I didn't see any. So I think my biggest one is like probably 40 inches. Probably he's just a little guy. He's just a little like basket 8. He's tiny. But my supposed to be good one, I shot over his back. So that one was 180 plus. He's giant.
Golly.
Yep, shot over his back. It was too dark, and I was shooting through brush, and I thought he was where I thought he was, and he was definitely a little closer.
Yeah.
I aimed a little too far.
Yeah.
I watched that Luminoc just start going. I was like, oh no, not good. Yeah, right over his back. Yeah, I snuck up on that guy twice. Yep, didn't work out. I wasn't meant to shoot him, I guess.
Hey, you shot a nice muley 2 years ago, though.
Yeah, my mule deer's pretty good. He's like, I don't know. I haven't even scored him. Every time I look at it, I'm like, man, this thing isn't really that bad. Like pictures of him look great, but I don't have his head anymore. I just have the antlers, so I should score him though. See what he is.
Yeah. Well, mine.
All right, just skip Gunner. Just this. This doesn't. This just doesn't.
Mine. If we're talking score, 188 and 5/8. That was that record typical buck with my bow. This one I killed with my rifle's a bona fide stud. I cannot wait till I get him back.
Yeah, he'll be 150, 160.
Yeah, I mean he's in that range, but he's old and
yeah, he's cool.
I mean, he's a cool deer.
I haven't seen him in person yet, but the pictures and the video that I have that I'm working on, yeah, he's a lot bigger.
Was that the double with your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this deer. Yeah, that one.
He's a stud.
He'll impress. Like he's impressive. I'm just just looking at him. He's impressive. But.
Yeah, if you guys are listening, closer to next year, we're gonna. Are you supposed to get that deer back this year?
I'll get it back sooner than I thought because they were already halfway done with all the deer they had.
Oh, sweet! So we're gonna get that deer back, and sorry, my dog's doing something weird. But we're gonna get that deer, and then at the end, Gunnar doesn't know about this yet, but we're gonna score him, and so we can see what he is and put that in the video. So that'll be released probably September, October, maybe earlier. We'll see. So that'd be cool. And then so Gunner's 188, and then when he shot this year, and then your mule deer is probably like a 120, 130.
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't have much mass on him. That's what kills him.
You think yours was 120?
You think it's smaller?
I don't know. I thought mine was like 140. And if Gunner's is 120, mine's bigger than that.
Mine.
I don't know. Mine's not. I didn't even think mine was big.
I'm trying to remember.
I mean, Gunner's isn't tiny.
Was he an 8-point?
I didn't think it was one. Unless I'm thinking of the last one you shot. Or is that the only one?
No, the one on his wall.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay, I was like, man.
That's why I was like, when you said 120, I was like, there's no way the one he shot 2 years ago was 120.
No.
I was like, man.
No.
I was like, I think I'm crazy then.
He was a 9. Yeah. He's a 9-point. So he's probably right in there, yeah.
Yeah, he shot him as a kid here in Oklahoma.
Let me see him. Oh, yeah. I've seen that one. Okay,
I've got him at my house. Yeah.
That one's just slightly smaller than the one I shot. So I was thinking mine was like 130, 140.
And then, so my biggest mule deer is 0 inches. And then, holla. And then my biggest whitetail unofficially scored. He'll probably go 180, maybe 190 if I'm lucky. He's actually on the wall behind me.
If you're lucky, he's gonna go 190 plus.
Yeah.
He says if I'm lucky. Have you seen that? You know what I'm talking about. He says 180, 190 if I'm lucky. What a turd. He knows
180 will go, but if I'm lucky, 190.
He's gonna go 190 plus.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Did you? Yeah, you.
That one?
What?
You never put a tape on that one?
Well, I had a guy
put a tape on that one.
Well, that is
take forever. I don't blame him.
I had a guy measure it here in Oklahoma, and came out 199. But that same year, he got in trouble. It was like 1 3/4, and he got in trouble for adding inches to deer to make them 200. But then the next year, he was trying to open a guide service, so he's trying to make Oklahoma like go known for like the most 200-inch deer, and then he was gonna open his guide company. So he got his Boone and Crockett license ripped from him, and he measured my deer, and so I don't really trust it, you know.
So you don't know what it is.
You know what we could do?
Be a 180. Gunner's dad's deer went 170 some change, and mine has more mass and a little bit more tine length, so he'd definitely be 180. I mean, he's a stud, 7.5-year-old stud. So,
oh no,
I mean,
we can get him scored this weekend.
Oh, we should.
You could do it this weekend, get it paneled.
And when he goes 160, I'm gonna be looking like a fool.
He's not going 160.
Then just don't tell anybody you got to score.
Never got him scored.
Yeah, you could get him paneled. I could get Dad's paneled because Dad just did his with like a raculator.
I did mine, and I was close to what that guy got, but I'm no official scorer. So let me see.
Were you guys going to an expo or what?
Yeah, we have a booth this weekend. I was gonna tell everyone that while we're on live. If you're in Tulsa area and going to the Backwoods show, Gunner, do you remember our booth number? Top of your head?
I could.
Oh, that's the big one you guys went to before, right?
We've been there. We haven't been there with the booth.
Okay. Because didn't you were you guys went there for the Womack bug, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We've been, yeah. That's where he got scored, and
oh yeah, that's where the record was given to you, right?
Yeah, and we thought it was shoe fire in. Then Taylor leaned over and looked, and it was close, and he got a little nervous. But he beat it by an 1/8. You knew that, right? Like we had this old big pony show, and he beat it by an 1/8.
Yeah, well, everybody was talking you down like you weren't going to get it. So
no, I felt like people were like, "Oh, he's going to blow it away." 11:04. So 1,104 is the number, but it's not that many booths. But
someone said, "Dang, that's where I need to take my deer." To the guy that scored mine. Let me see. Where is it? Present
1104. So
share screen.
We're over there, right across from a pretty big one, like Whitetails Unlimited.
You're going to be by them. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
We are them.
We are them.
Did it show Facebook? Did it pop up?
No.
Did it pop it up now?
Nope.
What is going on in here?
You guys should come to one of the hunting expos here. Just drive up here and get a booth.
Oh, I didn't see it behind my camera.
Maybe next summer I'll have to set it up.
Yeah, if you don't think that deer is 180.
Yeah.
Joking, that's not him. I'm joking.
That's what you got to tell people. Yeah, he scored this one too. It was 180.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Let me see. Is it still sharing the screen?
Nope.
No.
Okay, good.
The show is There
you are.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to do one here, I could try to get because you have to apply like 2 months ahead of time or whatever, but I could try to get us a booth at that one. There's the one in Fargo's big.
Yeah, what is the one in Fargo? That's there it is. That's a bad picture of them, but
I wouldn't want to score that one either.
Yeah.
I haven't
Right
seen a
here-
picture on it forever.
Right here in that paddle, you can't
Yeah.
get your hands around that mass, and that's me trying to hold my hands around
Right.
it. But that was back in the day.
I was a youngin' in there.
Yeah. Before the full beard. So
Yeah. Oh, there's a couple booths left.
at Fargo?
No.
No, the Fargo one's already over.
What is that one? Is it deer hunting or
I'm pretty sure it's just called Fargo Men's Show. Let me see.
for some reason?
Oh, did I say 11:04? Yeah, I did.
Gunnar, I am sorry.
Sportsman Show.
I don't know your C Womack 16. Is that That's not Candy?
Candace?
Candace.
Yeah.
Womack 16 said hi, Gunnar. Josie says hi.
Yeah, Jossie.
Jossie.
Yep.
Okay. And then Abe Oserman said, where's the expo? It's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's at the fairgrounds in, I think, the main building, if I'm right. Right? G? Is it in the main building there where the big oil guy stands in front of the main expo? I think it is. If not, look it up. I think it's like $10 to get in. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Gunner's deer will be there. My big deer will be there. And yeah, we'll have hats. We'll have some new merch out. And we're there to talk. And we're going to do a giveaway. So definitely drop by and say hi.
I got to say hi, though. Hi, Jossie. Sorry. I had to say hi to Jossie.
Sorry. And then, Bowtech Archery said howdy. Howdy, buddy. That's on Instagram. And then Zach said, who do y'all use for a taxidermist? So, Zach, that's $1 million question. We haven't really been, I guess we haven't really used one person. My big deer I did. My 2 biggest deer I've done. My 3 biggest deer I've done. A guy in Oklahoma City, Terry's did Gunner's big deer. Since it was a state record, they did it for free. And then, is it Pioneer Taxidermy? Or is that what they still go by? Pioneer Taxidermy and Processing out of Stillwater is doing Gunner's other big one. So, yeah, we just kind of use whatever friend wants to do it.
Taylor's doing my Kansas buck.
Yeah, doing a euro for that. So, yep. Yeah. No one really in particular.
So I got the one in Fargo is the Red River Valley Sportsman Show.
That's a pretty darn big one, right? Like, it's huge.
It's not, it's in the Fargo Dome, so it's in where play. So it's a big. It's not massive, but it's a big event. It's a 5-day event.
Buddy, I think there's like.
It's a how many day?
5-day.
Dude, like I think they see like 200 and something thousand people in 5 days.
Probably it's 4 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's I read it. It's because they have like resorts and stuff there too for like fishing and stuff, and then they got all the boat manufacturers are there, and then it says they do hunting and fishing seminars. So I'm sure they had like the high fence deer that they go show, like the antler growth and stuff. They always have those at those things.
Oh, there was one at there was one when we went to Alabama.
Yeah.
And then the guy walked up and he was looking at our deer that were up there, and Abby goes, "Hey, have you ever seen, a non-typical and a state record buck that look like that?" Just trying to have conversation. And that guy goes, "I've killed bigger deer than that."
Yeah, I've killed bigger deer than that.
And they showed us a picture, and we're like, oh, "Okay."
You're like,
sorry.
Which
I ran out of Advil that year.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to try to get a booth at this one, that'd be fun.
Kyle was talking about that to me up in Alabama.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
About doing the one here?
Yeah.
Dang.
We wanted to kind of. Okay. All right. I'll step back. I added a 0 in that. It's 20,000 to 30,000 people.
You said 200 before?
Yeah. Hey, it's like the guy that scored my deer. Sometimes we see different numbers.
I mean, still 20 to 30,000.
I'll admit it. At least I admit it.
20, 30,000 people is still a lot, though.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, people love to gawk at Gunner's deer there.
Yeah.
Like, people here offer big deer. Like, people shoot big deer in North Dakota, but not deer like that.
So tickets for the Backwoods Show are $12.
That's what they are for this one too.
$12 for a 1-day pass, 20 for a 2-day pass, or $25 for a 3-day pass.
That's not even that bad.
Oh.
Well, that's why I told Gunner. There's one in OKC there's a massive duck hunting expo at OKC.
Here?
In like 2 months. Yeah.
There is one, yeah.
It's like a 5-day event, and I told him I might come for that because it's massive.
Is it like, did they travel and do it, or is it like the first time in Oklahoma type of deal?
I don't know. I saw it. I think Ducks Unlimited posted something about it, and I saw it, and I sent it to him.
Oh, yeah. I had a guy in a Snapchat group, say that he was going to be there representing a company. I didn't pay attention, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that one would be fun because that's a big one.
Well, does anyone have any other questions? I'm trying to pull up my Instagram live.
So the one in Tulsa is the Tulsa Fairgrounds Exchange Center, 4145 East 21st Street.
Yeah, so if you guys are there, stop by. New hats will be fresh out the print Thursday, and we're gonna run them there on sale, and then we're gonna see what people wanted, order a couple more, and then we're gonna sell more. So everyone I know that's had one of our hats has been complaining about how dirty they are. So it'll be a limited order. So definitely when we do it, it'll probably be I don't know. It probably won't be. We don't do the Shopify anymore. It's kind of crazy what that costs and how much you have to sell to make money. And so we're gonna do it a different way. So definitely when you post that, or when we post those, if you want one, you better jump on it because they're gonna be limited. So
didn't the last one sell out in like a week anyway?
Yeah, we had 150 and sold them out last time.
Yep.
So, but if we can do that every month, yeah, Spotify is worth it. But Spotify they get you good. They'll be like, it's only this much for the first month, and after that, you're like, whoa, why did it jump up $80? So, but anyways, so stay tuned for that. Let's see if you guys are in Oklahoma, stop by the booth. We have this will be this week's podcast. I'll get it uploaded for this week. Next week we'll have Lincoln Tapp. He shot the North American Super Slam with his bow. That'll be divided in 2 weeks because it was like a 2 hour and 45-minute episode. So we'll divide that up. His last animal, a little spoiler, was a polar bear, and that story took an hour within itself. So that will be the second episode. But definitely tune in for that. I mean, his story. He's the youngest to ever do it, and possibly was it the quickest, Gunner? Or just the youngest? I think it was the youngest and possibly the quickest to ever get the Super Slam done. So
and he did it all with a bow.
Yeah, and he did it with all the bow. So
which is crazy.
And he was started when he was 12 and finished before he was 20,
21, something like that. 2021 when he finished.
29. It was I want to say 4 animals a year. So average. So, yeah, it's a cool story. Definitely.
Wait to hear the polar bear story.
Yeah. So yeah, I just got all the pictures from him and got that finished. This will be this week's episode. So yeah, we'll see you guys later. I'm gonna